Hello, I'm Chandan Malmardi. I'm representing my group. My teammates are Snehal, Abhishek, and Deepam Demla. Let's quickly get into the data set. This data is pulled from Kaggle, and here we are predicting the happiness scores of all the countries based on certain factors. Here, the variables considered are economic GDP per capita, social support, life expectancy, freedom, and absence of corruption from the government, and generosity, and the dystopia. Dystopia here being an imaginary country that has world's least happy people, against which all the other countries can be favorably compared in terms of aforementioned factors. So let's see how these factors contribute in making life evaluations higher in each country than they are in dystopia. So let's get into the model, and I'll be demonstrating using SAS Enterprise Miner. Uh, I've imported the file here, keeping the happiness scores variables as target, and in the impute section, we have replaced the zero values in the data with the median values of the column. It removes any kind of unintentional bias which may be included as a result of including the missing values into the data set. So, data partitioning. Here we have made use of simple random partitioning method, where we have split our data into three sets: training, validation, and test data, 40, 30, and 30% respectively. Our training data set is used by algorithm to train, and the validation set is used to validate. Test data is used to score our model to evaluate how well our model is performing. I've made use of decision tree algorithm for the prediction, setting the maximum depth to 6 and maximum leaf size value to 5. We run the model and check for the results. I've already run the results here. Here, looking at the mean predicted and mean target graph, they almost overlap here in the training and validation dataset. Average squared error of this data being 16.4% on training dataset, and 28.5% on validation, and 25% approximately on the test dataset. Here our model seems to perform pretty well. When we look at the output window, let me maximize it. We can see the variable importance, economy and life expectancy being high importance. So we can see that here. Let's look at some insights we found in the data that we have demonstrated it in the Excel sheet. The change in happiness ranking over 2 years. Israel here among all the countries remains a constant throughout. So major shifts in ranking over years were observed in these countries that we have listed. Looking at the and later what we found out was we thought that correlation would be an interesting factor to observe. So in looking at the correlation values here between the variables, interaction term has been introduced, which is like the economy and life expectancy, which had high correlation, and economy and happiness being 0.78 and family being 0.74, and the highest being the interaction term. We have listed the top 5 countries year-wise whose rankings are high based on happiness score, and it's listed here. We can see that in 2016 and 2017 in the top 5 countries were same ones, but with shift in ranking order. So Canada from 2015 was out of the picture as Finland replaced it in the following years. The bottommost list where the countries are ranked the lowest, as shown, we observe Benin, Syria, and Burundi are these countries where these countries who are consistently low in happiness scores, and a couple of other countries, Togo, Afghanistan, Rwanda, and Central Africa, have replaced it in 2017 and 2000 later. So we have included a Tableau dashboard for the same, introducing color coding relevant to geographical regions and their respective rankings. Here we have created a dashboard where we can get the data of each country if you wish to. This gives the happiness rankings for each country in all the 3 years, and this is where you can specify the year, and it's a world map based on color coding. We have categorized the geographical regions to their respective rankings. Thank you.